Hey, you fabulous nurse entrepreneur. I'm Erica Leach. I am the owner of Nurses Rising, formerly known as Nurses Rock Network, as you guys know, the developer of the Biz School for Nurses, and I'm also an independent legal nurse consultant for over 10 years now. Registered nurse for over 17 years now. I can't believe where the time goes. Listen, thank you so much for joining me on my little video series here. As you guys, some of you know me, have been around and involved with me for the last 5 years, working with nurses and helping them in finding more clarity in regards to their personal life and their business life, and helping nurses grow by educating nurses and empowering nurses with business tools, strategies, and systems in order to grow a profitable and successful business. So, with all of this information, I wanted to come to you and share some things with you over the next couple of days, within the next few videos, in regards to business development. So thank you for being here, for joining me. So listen, today I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. I wanted to talk to you about five of the top things I wish I had learned or that I knew when I first got started with my legal nurse consulting business, which was, as I said, over 10 years ago. And the reason I want to share this with you is because I know that there are a lot of nurses out there who have an idea that they need to do in order to start their business. But once you get to that point of, okay, I've got my training, I know what I want to do, bam, I'm ready, let's do this. And then all of a sudden you're like, what do? I don't know what to do first. As I mentioned in an email, I didn't know what to do first, second, third, and then I didn't know if I was doing it right. And I didn't even know how to do it in the first place. So it was a huge learning curve. And so for many of you, I wanted to make sure to share with you some of the 5 top things that I wish I knew when I first got started, in hopes that it'll help give you some insights and some clarity as far as your business goes and what you can learn now, so that you avoid some of the costly and timely mistakes that I and many of us have already made. So one of the top things that I wanted to share with you, oh gosh, this is a big one. I wish I knew in the very beginning, it would have saved me so much, is learning or understanding the right thing to say to prospects. And it goes beyond prospects, because knowing what to say to a prospect is basically marketing. It's a form of marketing. It's a form of selling. So it wasn't just in front of prospects, but it also was, what do I say and what information do I need to convey to convert a prospect to a customer on my marketing material, like on my website, on my brochure, on my business card, if I decided to write a blog, or if I decided to write like a PDF tip sheet on standards of care. What do I say? How am I supposed to say the right thing that's going to get this person to feel that I have some sense of experience and knowledge, and I have some credibility, and that they're willing to take a chance on me and give me the business? That, as I mentioned, is a part of marketing. It's also a part of networking. I was using a nursing skill that I felt, not only did I have to know nursing, but I felt like I need to know more than nursing. And so it was really hard for me to know what attorneys or insurance companies needed to hear. I knew nursing, but I didn't know the legal world. I didn't know what they needed to hear. I didn't know what their key words were. I didn't know what was valuable to them and how they would really benefit. All I knew is what I got from my training, which is, a huge book and videos of how to be a legal nurse consultant, but I really didn't know how to pare that down into something that they really wanted to hear. And I think when you're talking about the right things to say to a prospect and trying to convert them, and this goes face-to-face or within your marketing material, it's always important to understand who your ideal customer is. As a legal nurse consultant, I know probably 90% of you that are watching this video are going to say, I know who my ideal customer is. It's attorneys or it's insurance companies. Okay, you're right. You got me on that. However, it is key to pare that down and find a niche area within attorneys and insurance companies. And this is simple. So for example, Are you going to work with plaintiff attorneys? Are you going to work with defense attorneys? Are you going to work just solely with insurance companies as opposed to a law firm or, some form of a legal prospect? And what area do you work in that you can harness your experience and allow that to be a powerful message to your prospect? So for example, most of my years of nursing have been in surgical nursing. So I've worked in the OR, I've worked pre-op, post-op. That was a specialty area for me. And there are so many cases out there that I was able to work on in regards to surgeries, things that might have went wrong or things that went well. And I was able to hone in on that. Now in the very beginning, I didn't know that. In the very beginning, I was not just harnessing the power of my experience or my niche, I was trying to harness the power of every nursing job, every bit of experience that I had, every experience that you may have. I was trying to harness your experience. I was trying to be everything to everyone, and that made it difficult for me to craft a specific speech or pitch or something that was generated from authenticity to my prospects, because I was trying to be everything to everyone, and that made it more difficult. And I actually got more no's than I did yeses because I was more focused on being what everybody wanted me to be, which was impossible, especially being that I was new in the field. So as a year or two went by, I finally realized, girl, you need to focus on what you know. And what I knew, I worked in a lot of various areas, so I could work in a lot of various areas, of course. I'm not saying that you can't. But to get started in the beginning, I learned that the best key for me was to hone in on my specialty areas where I was really, really strong, and to really voice from that deeper part of me where all that experience is lying inside of my head and in my heart and in my mind, my thoughts, to relay that to my prospects. And when you know something really, really well, like right now, you not ramble like I'm doing at this moment, but you have a lot to say. You're excited about what you're saying, and you come up with questions that your client or your prospect would never come up with because it's your expertise. You know where to look. You know what questions to ask this client. Did you look into this test? Did you look to see if these records were there? Normally what I do is so on and so forth. So it's very important to know your ideal client. To pick your ideal client, you might want to start in the very beginning, choosing based on your experience and where you feel you have the most skill and information and knowledge. And then from there, you have to start crafting a particular speak and pitch to your prospects. I learned that the hard way. And the wonderful thing is soon you guys are going to be listening to a webinar that I'm putting on soon. And the Biz School for Nurses, as you guys know, is in open enrollment right now, and we go into massive detail about how to reach the exact client that you need that will give you a higher closing rate. So you'll get more clients or prospects saying yes to you than you will saying no if you go to the right people, which will secure you return clients. So that is one of the top things I wish I learned. So listen, I'm going to end here because I have 4 more and I don't want to overburden you with all of my blah, 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 although it's very valuable. So I want to say thank you for being part of this video. I hope that at least you can relate to the experience that I had and understand that at this point in your business, regardless of if you're just starting out, you're right in the middle and you have a few clients, or you are well over that and you're doing well, but you want to reach to more people, understanding how to craft your pitch and your speak is very critical to converting prospects into clients. And knowing the right thing to say, it becomes easier when you know you're speaking to someone that has exactly what you need, which is that experience that you've been involved in for 5, 10, 15 years. So just think about that as you start working on building your business even bigger and stronger. Alrighty guys, I will see you soon. I'm going to send you a video, so look out for it.